This is Rom Cumagun. I'm here at NutriBiz in Star Mall. Together with me is Miss Imee Navarro. Imee Navarro is proprietor of EQ Academy. That's correct? Yes. So Imee has a lot of good news to share with you. So Imee, it's your turn now.
Okay, so I just like to encourage everybody to support our programs in the academy. We are actually a program under an NGO called Tuklas Sining, and in EQ Academy, our vision and mission is actually to create self-sufficient citizens in every organization. So, ang mga programs na ginagawa namin here are all mind-setting, mind-empowering, so that people can really change their mindset into really just gearing towards highest meaning in whatever they do. Kasi pag may highest meaning ang lahat ng ginagawa mo, mas mataas yung performance mo. So, ibig sabihin, let's say you're an accountant, bakit ka accountant? You're a salesperson, ba't ka salesperson? So, pag wala kasing highest meaning yung whatever you perform in life for, hindi ka magpipike. So, every program, whether it's an inner game, outer game, frame game, marami kaming mini-series workshops. All these are geared towards learning what goes on behind your brain, behind your intentions. So we run programs every Friday in Xperia. It's in Greenfield District. I also run programs wherever it's needed, like we're here in NutriBiz right now. So I do health forums here. Ang goal ko naman dito sa NutriBiz as a health guru is that everybody should really just rely on themselves as a healer. Because we have that power, as according to Hippocrates, let food be our medicine and medicine be our food. Because in every part of our being, there's a great power that heals all those diseases and conditions that we're in. In fact, sabi ko nga sa'yo, Rom, di ba, on Friday, April 11, I'm attending a symposium because this beautiful body that's in front of you has a condition called Parkinson's. And I've been fighting it without medication. So, lagot sila ngayon dun sa Makati Med. So, not that I'm toppling or not demeaning the doctors or the medical practitioners, but for those kasi who cannot afford, all they can really rely on is the empowerment of their mind. And that's what we encourage people. And that's the mission and vision of EQ Academy. And we run programs everywhere. We've been to Daet. I'm going to Sarangani. I'm going to Cagayan de Oro. I'm planning to go everywhere to really run health forums. Kasi 5 kaming board of trustees sa EQ Academy, Rom. So, ang forte ko is health, and through the supplements, yung natural healing, naturopathy. Engineer Claude's forte is neuro-linguistic programming. Hector, our treasurer, ang forte naman niya is community development. Si PJ is our research and developer. Siya naman na nagre-research ng mga bagong needs ng mga tao in doing human capital development. Well, if you wonder what human capital development is that we simply study ba't nagkakaroon ng habits ang mga tao. And from that habits, nade-develop ang programs. And that's why nagkakaroon ng diferensya sa pagtatrabaho, sa sakit. Because of, ang doktor hindi kasi tinatanong yun eh. So, kaya naging forte ko rin yan. Alamin what goes on in the development of a human brain and why it becomes their value and why it becomes their habit. So, I hope naintindihan nila yung sinasabi ko. But if they want to learn more, they can always catch us. So they can call us at 341-5822 or they can go to our website eqacademy.com.ph.
Actually, na-mention mo sana naintindihan nila. Actually, ako mismo, I'm grappling with the concepts, ideas na...
Maybe you want to ask questions, Rom, so that it becomes clear.
Yes, correct. In fact, I want to ask by way of indirection. In the course of your giving these kinds of training, ano yung nakikita mong pinaka-threat o pinaka-block sa mga minds ng mga listeners mo so that you could get across that?
Rom, that's a very good question. No? What from point A of a person, and this is generic, let's say you or me or anyone out there, from point A to point B, let's say you have a point A which is your current state, you want to get into any other state. It could be better, it could be harder, whatever it is, ikaw lang makasabi nun. There's always the resources. And that resources could be internal, meaning inner, or outer, or nasa labas. Madalas sa hindi, or madalas sa ano ba sabihin yun? Yung madalas, pag tinanong mo sa kanila, oh, so how do you get from point A to point B? Hindi nila alam. And it could be as simple as I want to be promoted or I want to lose weight. They don't know. So that's the answer to your question. Kaya kami nag-create ng programs na ganito. Because we don't know. I most of the time still don't know. I'm a work in progress. So it's going from point A to point B and knowing how to break those resources or unleash those resources or extract those resources so that eventually we can go to the point B that we want to get into. So,
when you say resources, ano yung resource?
okay, Rom, when we say resource, the manner that we do our workshops and training and coaching is that we simply ask the questions towards the people attending. If you notice kanina, di ba, sa health workshop, ano po bang ibig sabihin ng expensive for you? So because expensive for me might be relatively different than your expensive for you. So ikaw, what we do is simply ask questions to these people. What do you want to, how do you think you could go from point A to point B, and how is all dependent on you? So you answer all those questions. And you will know, believe it or not, you will know, because we know how to ask the right questions.
So point A to point B.
Yeah, whatever that point is, ikaw lang din ang nakakaalam.
Oo nga. Paano yun? Madali ba sa kanilang ma-determine yung point A for them?
Well, first of all, we do not coach anybody who's not coachable, or we do not do workshops for people who don't have a need to change. First and foremost, you have to know that there's something to be changed. So when you know that there's change, whether for the better, just a little bit of increase, or just change in matrix, that's when we talk. So when we want to talk about change, you know that you have to go from one point to the other. So when you know what you want to do from what point to what point, that's when we discuss what are the things we need to unleash, we need to unlearn, we need to learn, and we need to develop. Maybe we need to delete, maybe we need to enhance, maybe we need to motivate. We will discuss it in the workshop, or we will discuss it in the one-on-one coaching. And you will be surprised, you know it. You always know it, you just need to be asked.
Among many professionals, do you prioritize certain professions, or
Actually, there's no discrepancy or there's no discrimination as to who needs to be coached or who needs these workshops. But I would say, as far as I'm concerned with what I've done so far, we are highly in demand with sales. Because I've gained the reputation already that I can double sales. Because when you start unleashing all those inhibitions, people can really say, I want to make 10 million quota, they really get to that. So all you need to do is really take off those baggages, break through those barriers, and just unleash all those things that's stopping you from getting to your goal. And it's very effective in sales. But there's no discrimination as to career.
can you recall for us maybe one instance, isang salesperson who underwent your training, then who he was before you met him or her, and then what he is or who he is now?
Maybe I will take advantage to promote na rin my friend's company. The one who created this reputation on me is called Career Internship Abroad. He has only about 5 employees in his company. I did team building on his company like 2 years ago. And by far before that time, they were sending students of about 5 or 6. Now they're sending 19 students per month abroad for internship. So that's even more than double. Then he referred me to another company because it worked for him. Then that company from 25 million, I think, has reached 25 million a month quota. So it works because when you start, kasi contrary to the belief that you cannot that you can decompartmentalize how you are at home to how you are at work, that's very wrong. How you are as a father at home is how you are as a boss or as a subordinate. So I discovered in that company itself, maraming baggages yung mga bata sa pamilya, sa bahay. So nung in-unleash namin yon, they were able to excel both at home and both at work. So that's one findings I found. Kasi ang nangyayari sa mga bosses, pinipilit nilang mag-perform, ma-reach ang quota without even understanding ano bang pinagdadaanan mo sa bahay. Ano bang problema mo sa pinansyal? Ano bang problema mo sa mga relasyon mo? But when you start unleashing and trying to understand, not really help or mediate or probe into their personal life, but at least knowing where they're coming from, starts making them unleash all their potentials, becoming the best they can be.
Hindi ba masyadong maging demanding for your participants to involve too much of themselves dito sa mga workshops?
Well, Rom, that's a good question. Another thing that I am getting to be known for, no? In a regular workshop, nagiging parang retreat. they start ending up that they are crying. They're crying because parang, yun nga, lumalabas yung problema sa bahay, mga issues sa personal. But it's inevitable eh. It's part of who you are. Hindi mo naman pwede sabihin, ibang robot ka sa bahay, ibang robot ka sa opisina. You're still the same being. You can't take on this different hat. So what happens now is the bosses begin to understand, kaya siya masungit ngayon. O sige, ganito ko siya i-deal. And then the VAK, the visual, auditory, kinesthetic, nalalaman mo anong klaseng tao yung empleyado mo. Then you are able to relate instructions to that person or employee better. So you're getting to know the person better as a person, not as an employee.
Let's say somebody is listening now, is interested, would like to join. Ano ang re-request mo sa kanyang preparation?
Okay, if you want to change, first you have to know that you want to change. And then ask yourself, what's stopping you? From getting to the point that you want to get into from where you are now, what's stopping you? And if there are answers, call me.
Yes, that's a powerful way to end this interview.
Exactly.
What's stopping you?
What's stopping you?
Yes, and what's stopping you?
What's stopping you?
So, unless you want to say something else na hindi natin na-mention, please say so.
I just want to encourage everybody to support all programs like Gabay Alalay is one of the foundations that supports Parkinson's. I just want to let everybody know that I'm blessed with a condition called Parkinson's, and I'm supporting that group Gabay Alalay. So I hope you help me support it financially and even our forums. So I want to go all over the country and just promote that health is wealth in the natural way.
I just remember ngayon kasi Imee and I, we met at the Pinoy Integrity Forum. Yes, organized by Sophia Incorporated, Mr. Kaloy Atayde and Javi Atayde. I'd like to ask, is there a connection now between that forum and what you're doing now sa EQA?
Actually, every time I do my forums now, I not only promote, I do everything that I do with integrity. And if we get more sponsors, then we can all do my forums with Integrity Forum now. Yeah.
Okay, so for those who would like to know more about Imee, she gave you your number, so
just call 341-5822.
Yes. So this is Rom Cumagun with Imee Navarro, signing off for now. Thank you. Have a nice day, everyone.